This is All India Radio. In the program Samvaad, now we bring you a discussion on India's World Record Tiger Census 2018 and tiger conservation. The participants are Dr. Anup Kumar Nayak, former Member Secretary, National Tiger Conservation Authority, and AIR correspondent Renu Kataria.
India's 2018 Tiger Census has made it to the Guinness Book of World Records for being the world's largest on-camera wildlife survey. All India Tiger Estimation 2018 estimated 2,967 tigers, or 75% of the global tiger population in our country. So what is this on-camera wildlife survey and how was it conducted?
Well, this All India Tiger Estimation is an exercise that's been going on in India since the year 2006. First estimation that was taken up in 2006, and it's being taken up once in every 4 years. So this 2018 Tiger Estimation exercise is the fourth exercise. And actually this estimation exercises involves three phases. In the phase one, the data is collected from the field. That is the phase one. Field means, as many as 20 tiger range states, 20 states of Indian Union, they have been involved in the entire process. And about 381,400 square kilometers of forest belonging to these 20 states. These forests have been surveyed during the 2018 census. So that's a huge. And the first phase is data is collected from the field by the forest department staff. So large number of forest personnel were involved in collection of data. And the hallmark of 2018 estimation exercise is that instead of collecting the data manually, we have used one particular Android-based app called AIM-Stripes, monitoring system for tigers, intensive protection and ecological studies. That's an Android-based app, which we have utilized this particular app for collection of data from the field, from all these 20 states. The result of the data has been very, very accurate this time compared to all the three tiger estimation exercises. So that is the phase one. The collection of data, that is from 381,000 square kilometer forest areas were surveyed for data by the forest personnel, and these data were collected digitally and therefore very, very accurate this time. And that is phase one. That involves actually 8-day sign survey protocol, that is for carnivore sign survey as well as prey abundance estimation exercise. That's the 8-day program. The second phase that takes place within the campus of Wildlife Institute of India, the premier institute for training and research institute in the South Asia and Southeast Asia. And all the parameters are overlapped in GIS domain. The lighting pattern of the cities, density of the forest, the digitized beat map, everything, all that takes place in the laboratory. That's the second phase, the GIS domain. All the data were superimposed in the GIS domain. That's the phase two. And then the phase three, that's the final phase. That phase three is, so out of these 381,400 square kilometer forest surveyed, we zeroed in about 121,337 square kilometers. Reduced the small area, which potentially the tiger-bearing areas. These areas were identified and cameras were fixed there, trap cameras. About 26,838 camera traps were fixed over these areas, over 141 locations. So this is the phase three, that is putting cameras in specified areas based on the data collected in the phase one. So these cameras were placed in an area of 2 square kilometers, and the cameras were placed there for a period of 45 days. That is the minimum number of days it has to be there to capture the photos of all the wild animals. And then the trap cameras were taken back to Wildlife Institute of India by the state government, and analysis started. So this is the first, second, and three phases that involved All India Tiger Estimation exercises. That's not for the first time we are doing it. We are doing it for the fourth time, and we have been streamlining the process of this particular processes since we are doing it for the fourth time. We have refined the process, and we have used technology to make the data very, very, very accurate. So as a result of which, once the photo captured data were analyzed, we found that the cameras have captured as many as 3.5 crore wildlife photographs from these exercises. It's one of the highest number of wildlife photographs ever obtained. And these photographs are obtained by the methods that I've already explained. We also used a software called Cataract. That particular software was used to segregate 3.5 crore wildlife photographs into different species using artificial intelligence. The tigers were segregated, leopards were segregated, hyenas were segregated. These species-wise segregation took place, and out of this particular mammoth exercise, we were able to obtain 76,651 number of tigers out of these 3.5 crore wildlife photographs. And then another program, that's again technological innovation, that is called Extract Compare. That's a software program that was used to identify out of these 76,651 number of tigers, individual tigers from their stripe pattern. So out of 76,651 number of tiger photographs, we were able to identify 2,461 unique individual tigers by using this program called Extract Compare.
That is also making me come to my next point, sir. The increase in the tiger population is a major conservation success. What government initiatives led to this success?
This was a very successful venture, in one of the most successful projects of Government of India. It's a feather in our cap. It's a feather in the cap in India. India is a global leader in tiger management. As you have already said that we have got more than 75% of global tiger population in our country. And actually the political will that India has, that is the reason we started Project Tiger way back in the year 1973 with only 9 tiger reserves. So Project Tiger was started. Tiger is our national animal, and we started Project Tiger in 1973 for conservation of tiger in habitats. Then subsequently, a number of developments have taken place. We have a very strong and stringent Wildlife Protection Act that was also put in place in the year 1973. We have given importance to the protection and conservation of wildlife and their habitat way back. And that is also another reason why we have got a successful tiger conservation program. And then subsequently in 2006, Wildlife Protection Act, which is very stringent itself, that has been amended, paving the way for the creation of 2 institutes. One is the National Tiger Conservation Authority, and then another was the Wildlife Crime Control Bureau, that's to take care of interstate and international wildlife crimes. The central body, National Tiger Conservation Authority, the statutory body, it's a regulatory body with a lot of powers given in the Wildlife Protection Act. Whatever directions given by National Tiger Conservation Authority to anybody, any individuals or any institute for the conservation of tigers, that becomes legal. That a lot of power being given by the authorities, by the Wildlife Protection Act to NTCA, and we have been using that powers judiciously, and we have issued quite a number of standard operating procedures to streamline the management practices being carried out in all the tiger reserves of the country.
My next question is, human population is one of the prime reasons for dismal tiger numbers. How can human interference be eliminated for tiger conservation?
Principle of tiger conservation in India rests on principle of landscape-based conservation, ecosystem-based conservation. It has a core area or inviolate area. That particular area is managed for only tiger-centric management. And then it is surrounded by buffer area, which is meant for coexistence. Both humans and tigers, both of them can coexist. And then there is another connecting landscape that connects between one tiger reserve to another, which is also essential for the sustainable population of tigers. So that area, man can do whatever, or just allow tigers to move in those areas. So this is the principle we have adopted, that is core area, buffer area, and adjoining area. Human population is increasing at a very fast rate, no doubt about that. In spite of that, we've been able to increase our tiger population to a very great extent. Tiger conservation is possible without infringing on the human population's rights or privileges. Because development and conservation, they can go together. Core area is well protected. Buffer areas, there are problems happening, but quickly we have to take action. We have to identify the animals which is creating problems. Not all animals will create problems. Only very few animals will create problems. You have to quickly identify the problematic animals, and you have to take it back to its natural habitat. What's important is the connecting landscape or the corridors or adjoining landscape. We have to ensure that these landscapes are not disturbed the movement or the migration of tigers from one area to another area is not hindered. That we have been deploying for conservation of tigers in our country.
Also talking about tiger conservation, is India, our country, getting enough international cooperation for conservation of tigers?
Well, India is a global leader. Everybody looks up to India for management practices. And what India does today, the other countries follow us tomorrow. Because India has more than 75% of the global tiger population in the world. And India has got 50 tiger reserves in the country. So it's a very huge country, and we have got 6 tiger landscapes available in the country. We have different types of landscapes. And we are getting a lot of, people really appreciate the efforts of Government of India, efforts of the NTCA, efforts of the Wildlife Youth of India, and efforts of the field directs and government. The initiative that we have taken for the conservation of tigers is worth emulating by all concerned. Global phenomenon now. Everybody is asking India for providing them some guidance.
And sir, do you think the pandemic has affected wildlife economy?
Yes, the pandemic has affected the economy to some extent because the tourism has been affected. And tourism is a very important tool for making people educated and aware about the conservation initiatives and conservation imperatives, which have suffered. Number 2 is a lot of people, local guides, local tour operators were employed for this purpose. Their livelihood has been affected to some extent. But the tiger reserves are doing a wonderful job. Forest Department is doing a wonderful job. And Tiger Conservation Foundation have started giving them some alternative employment in few of the tiger reserves. So, yes, the pandemic has affected their livelihood to some extent, and hopefully that will be taken care of in times of ahead.
Unlike the economy, sir, the demand for wildlife products has not shown any signs of a slowdown. Like talking about poaching. So how can the supply chain be broken to stop illegal hunting?
The Indian forests are well secured with NTCA and State Forest Department working together and wildlife crime control bureau joining hands. The percentage of poaching has come down very significantly all these years because of the surveillance that way. But yes, supply chain needs to be broken, and the demand, as you know, the demand for tiger products is not in India, it's outside India. And therefore, we are utilizing the international forums for raising this particular issue. In the last CITES Standing Committee meeting, raised one particular issue there that the number of resolutions have been initiated by the CITES for checking this wildlife crime related to tiger parts and products. But that's not being implemented in the field by all other tiger raised countries, all other countries. So that's the reason we, India, took the lead and raised that particular issue in the international forum, which was accepted unanimously by almost all the countries, barring a few opposite. We are taking the help of international forum to raise our voice because the demand has to be stopped. And demand is not inside India but outside. So we have to do that. And also the threat of poaching is always there. Once there is a demand outside, the threat of poaching is almost there. But we are becoming very watchful. We have started using M-Stripe that I was talking. M-Stripes also we are utilizing this particular app for patrolling our tiger reserves and tiger occupied areas. We are providing them, NTCA is providing them their funds, financial and technical support so that every bit of tiger reserve and tiger occupied areas are patrolled so that poaching threat is reduced to minimum.
Thank you for discussing this with us.
Thank you very much.
You were listening to a discussion on India's World Record Tiger Census 2018 and tiger conservation. The participants were Dr. Anup Kumar Nayak, former Member Secretary, National Tiger Conservation Authority, and AIR correspondent Renu Kataria. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. You can listen to it on our mobile app News on AIR. This program is also available on our website newsonair.com. You may email your opinion about this program at airnsdtalks@gmail.com.